All right, one more story for today, for 2008. I feel like I should end the whole year. I should sum up everything that happened to me that year, maybe by tomorrow or Friday. But two things that are really important to me that year that I learned. So one is very important. So every day I would come home from school. If my brother was there, because I really didn't get along with the girl in the house, we would be downstairs in the basement. It was like a little hangout spot. We would do our homework and watch TV. We always watch Teen Nick, or at the time the channel was called, I don't have a TV, but I know the channel was the N, but eventually evolved into Teen Nick. Nickelodeon, I guess they purchased the rights of it, whatever, I don't know. But we watched the N. We were all teenagers. We watched the N on Nickelodeon. And there were shows that some of them I kind of watch to this day, just to see how show you how mature I am. I watched some of these shows to this day, and there was a show called Degrassi, and this is before I even know who Drake is. I don't pay much attention to Jimmy on the show because they weren't showing it until Drake blew up, the rapper. But there was an episode in particular that made me want to research and learn something about myself. So there was an episode, I didn't really know the show very well, but there was an episode where they were talking about somebody named Connor. Connor was on the show. Connor, I thought he was like some Jewish kid, but he was actually a black kid on the show. And Connor reminded me of myself in a lot of ways before I even knew what was about to be told to me. So Connor was tapping on a pen on this episode. I may leave the link in the description box. I remember this episode really good. So Connor was tapping on a pen, and one of the classmates wanted him to stop. She was asking him nicely to stop tapping that pen. And she took the pen from Connor and threw it, and he pushed her, and she fell into another desk, and Connor got suspended. So when one of his friends, a friend of his that was a girl, was trying to console him as he was in his house, she noticed that a lot of his clothes was the same. Like she said, all of your clothes are the same. Like all your clothes are the same. Everything's the same. And then he went off on her where he said, "Get out of my house, just leave now." And he went off, and that reminded me of myself so much. I just said, I sometimes get mad about things like that, and I like my stuff the same too. So during the episode, I'm pretty sure it was just 2008 when I saw it, because I know I researched this as soon as I found out what it was. So during the episode, Connor, the teacher Artie, I think it was Archie or whoever, Simpson or Skinner, the guy that had cancer on the show, was like his godfather, adoptive father, whatever. He said to the girl that was trying to console him in the episode, he said to her that Connor has Asperger Syndrome. And I immediately researched what that was, because I'm just trying to see, what is that exactly? Does that mean like you get angry when people talk to you or whatever? In a minute I researched it, I researched it on Wikipedia, of course. It was exactly everything that I felt was wrong with me. It showed a picture of a boy playing with like a puzzle, like a diagram. It's still the same picture for Wikipedia if you type in Asperger Syndrome. But it was a picture of a boy, and he was playing like a little puzzle and on like a table. And it showed exactly everything that I felt was wrong with me. But I did not know of it at the time. At 13, I didn't know, I have a good understanding of what it was. But I was just telling myself, this is exactly how I feel. This pretty much sums up everything about me. Like it was saying, bad with social interaction, part of doesn't like have communication skills. And it was just those were the symptoms I was reading. I was like, all this stuff I struggle with myself. And when I saw that episode, I was just telling myself, like, it was a reason why I saw this episode in particular. But at 13, because it was real vague, I heard it, I researched it. Not like I didn't type in Asperger Syndrome, I didn't know how to spell that. But what I did was I typed in the episode on Wikipedia on for Degrassi episodes, and I clicked on the highlight Asperger Syndrome. It said it in the episode. I clicked on it and I wanted to see what it was because I was just trying to see maybe this is what's wrong with me. This is probably what's wrong with me. So around 13, I began to realize like I'm different than everybody else. I'm not the same as kids, and this is possibly what my problem is. This possibly be it could possibly explain all my struggles and all my issues. But I never go to my parents about it. I never go to a doctor. But I'm speculating this is possibly like can explain a lot of things for me. But that show also, so there was a gay episode in that show, and around 13, that is probably the only gay thing that I watched on TV. Because that show, what I was watching when I was 11 and 12, it didn't come on no more, for one. And I didn't feel like it was appropriate. See, I was a little more aware of what was appropriate to watch being straight. So I just said, I'm not going to watch this no more. Like, it's because it was already freaking me out at 11 and 12, like watching like another man, like kiss another man on the show. So I just said, I'm not going to watch it no more. But there was an episode, there was like a promo where they had like a football player on the show that was gay. I think his name was I forgot the guy's name, but it was like a gay themed episode on that show. And also Amanda Bynes had a show on the end that was coming on. It was called What I Like About You. That was another show that was we watched down the steps. Because I don't remember if I was watching that episode alone about the guy who had Asperger's. I don't know if I watched it alone. But that episode really came in handy, like in the near future for me. I'll just say that. And one more thing, it's getting a little dark. When my brother came over the house, my half brother came over the house around 2008. So he was in college, right? Because it's not really about him. But let me just throw this in here. He should be in his going on first year of college around the summer of 2008. He should be in his first year. And it turns out that he just played around. He didn't like take class serious or anything. I don't know when he dropped out, but he never he should be done college now. I don't really know. But anyway, around this time he comes over, and whenever he comes over, the girl in the house she has to act so damn like real stuck up when he's around, because she feels a little more, she has a little more courage to talk, like to say shit that she really wouldn't say if it was just me and my brother. But one day, man, it really pissed me off. My brother was doing something really disrespectful to my full brother. I'm not going to let that fly. And for one, so it wasn't, I'm not going to let that fly in a house that, for one, neither one of them originally lived in, but me and my brother did. And this is why I'm going to say this again. This is why I will hold this against my dad forever. Because that it's a lot of attention that he put towards me, with me and my brother, the half brother. See, they're all cool down probably today. I don't know. But that brings tension. The fact that you have kids from different women, and you're not married to none of them, and then you start another family with a woman that already has a kid, that brings a lot of tension. So I wasn't going to allow him to disrespect my brother. So I stood up for my brother. I went off on both of them. I went off on the girl, and I was about to fight my half brother. I don't know if we fought or not, but I just went the fuck off on the girl in the house. I went the fuck off on her. Because she cursed at my brother. She cursed at my brother. He went upstairs in his room, and I don't know what they were arguing about, but I really wanted to put hands on her, to be honest. My dad comes home. Because it's a lot more to it I don't really want to talk about with my dad that I did to her. But not that I put hands on her, but there's a lot more that I said to her. But my dad comes home, And I remember this day really well. He said he threw the half brother out the house. I don't know what he did with the girl and my brother, but I remember that day he said, I'm cleaning house. Like, he threw my brother out. He threw, I don't know if he didn't throw us out, but I remember my brother was saying how he just wants to go home. He doesn't want to be here no more. And I forgot what they were arguing about. To this day, I really don't remember. I'm trying to think right now what got them upset. What got him upset where she cursed at him. But I told my dad what she did, and he didn't really do nothing to her. Because my half brother stood up for her and was saying how she wasn't doing nothing. She was just doing her nails. But he kicked him out. And I mean, like I said, I remember my dad was saying, I'm cleaning house right now. I'm cleaning house. And that's the last time that I have contact with my half brother. Like I said, this story isn't about him, so I'm gonna just spoil this for you. 2009 came around. He came over for Christmas, and the girlfriend called me because I was at my mom's house. She said that we're all over here for New Year's or Christmas or something. It was New Year's. She wanted me to come over, and I said I'm fine, I'm good. And then she said over the phone that you guys are all brothers. And the minute she said that, I wanted to just smack the fuck out of her over the phone. Because for one, you don't know what it's like to grow up in a house like I did, and you don't say we're all brothers knowing the tension that we have towards one another. But this is why I don't respect my dad, because he created this very tension. It's like Thomas Jefferson. I read a book about James Madison Hemmings. James Madison Hemmings was a slave. He was a mulatto who was the father. He was the son of Thomas Jefferson, and he felt some kind of way that the white children who were like his half siblings, he couldn't call Thomas Jefferson dad. He couldn't even acknowledge him as dad. And he felt like, why wouldn't you protect your own son? Because that's how he treated like the half white kid. See, James Madison Hemmings was allowed to read to some extent. He didn't just work in the fields. He worked inside. He worked he worked with his hands. He did carpentry. He worked in workshops and everything. But I just compare that a little bit to my dad, and just how like he had children that aren't my full siblings, and how I view them. But it brings a lot of tension. It brings a lot of confusion to that child. And I ain't crying or anything, but that's the first time, like I said, I stood up for my brother, and that's the last time I saw my brother until about 2011. But that very week, like I said, where I was about to fight the girl and my half brother, and she was talking a little shit when I was in the kitchen. He accused her the very week of raping her. That's what I don't understand. I found this out many years later. He didn't come down. See, he didn't really come over anymore. It turned out that he wasn't coming over anymore because I guess they were about to lock him up, but she accused him of raping her or sexual assault, one of the two. That's why he stopped coming down. But to just throw this in here, like I said, I looked at his Instagram page, and it shows like him and my dad together. It appears as if like he'll portray like, my dad was in his life and all this stuff. I don't really know their relationship, but it's really hard to do that when he is in another state. I'm not saying my dad abandoned him. I don't know the relationship very well, but what I come to understand is this: I told you I have a half sister. He didn't find out about till she was 12. He had another family behind our back, and he did the same thing to the half brother. So, like I told you, as an adult, I don't respect his character at all. I appreciate what he's done, the good that he's done in my life, but I don't respect him 100% as a person, and I don't respect his character, because a cheater is someone I can't trust. Someone that fucks women without protection, and they have children because we are the product of that. Because let me just throw this out by you again. We were at his wedding for my mom. I was not a child that was born through a marriage. I was the result of him fucking my mom. Well, my brother first, fucking my mom. My brother came into being. Fucking my mom. I came into being. We are bastard children as a result. We're not the product of a marriage. So I'm gonna say this again. I don't know about my brother, because I think he got married the same year as he was born the same year as when they were married. But my half sister, my brother, and me were all the product of him fucking women. Not, he didn't love them, he lusted after them, and we're just the result of it. But I don't respect a man who is not loyal. I don't respect a cheater, because a cheater is not loyal to anybody. If you cheat, let me tell you this. If I'm gonna look you dead in the camera when I say this. If I'm with a woman, if I'm fortunate to have a girlfriend or a wife, that is my wife. That is my woman forever. It's death do us part. Because if we have children, I want those children. I want to afford those children what family is. I want them to grow up in a household where they understand what it means for a man to love a woman and a woman to love a man, so they can do the same thing. That's why other cultures, they have arranged marriages. See, in this country, marriage is just based off of money, like I told you, companionship, sex at its convenience, and bringing on the next generation through your name or whatever. That's all it's based on. It's not based off of mutual love, like mutual attraction or real love. Because he didn't love none of the women that he had children with. He fucked them. And that's the result of him marrying them. Because I'm like, if I fucked you and I had kids, it's best if I just get married. I mean, that's what my parents did. But it was a big fight. She accused him of rape. No charges were ever brought that I know of. But that explains why he wasn't around for all those years. But I don't give a fuck about him, my dad, none of them. As when I was younger, probably. The very little concern I had for the half brother, all that's going with. I don't really give a fuck about him to this day. But like I said, fuck them all. I don't know what most of them are doing with their life now, but let me just work on myself, and I'm gonna resume this for tomorrow. Maybe I should be done 2008 tomorrow. Peace.